Hello guys, I just want to apologise first and foremost for how long it's been since I've done a vlog or anything, to be honest. I don't really have much of an excuse for it other than the fact that I've been really busy with work. However, that isn't much of an excuse because I managed to get these done before. However, we're going to have much more regular content from now on. So let's get started with it. So today I wanted to talk to you about the film cameras that I use on a day-to-day basis and some new point and shoots that I picked up and I'm really excited to try out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is this Pentax 645. It's the manual focus variant of it because I'm basically too poor to afford the autofocus variant. However, that is something I would like to get in the future. It's probably one of my favourite cameras to shoot with though. Some of the photos that I managed to get out of it are absolutely gorgeous. The film stocks that I've tended to really use with it are Kodak Gold 200. Cinestill 400D, and Cinestill 800T. I don't really have much bad to say about this camera other than the fact that it is quite a big boy, but you know, it's a medium format camera, so what do you expect? Other than that, I absolutely love it to bits. I guess the only other thing I could say is the fact that it doesn't have a top-down viewfinder, which is pretty cool for medium format, but you know, that's only on certain ones anyway, so it's more akin to like someone like the rangefinder, like medium formats, where it's just this little viewfinder there, but it does a good job. It's a nice bright viewfinder on the inside and I really enjoy it. So next one of these bad boys is this Canon EOS 30V, otherwise known I believe elsewhere as a Elan 7. It's my 35mm camera. It's got a nifty 50 1.8 on the front, which is perfect because it's quite easy to get around for a little DSLR. I do like the Nikon F series, but they are a bit bulky. I would, you know, like to use one in the future because I've heard they're really good for autofocus, but at the same time, I'm more than happy with this. The films that I've been using in it are Fuji C200, Cinestill 800T, Kodak TMAX3200, and my favourite so far, Silbersalz 500T. I don't really have many gripes about this camera. The autofocus on it is great. I like the eye detection feature, which is a bit of a gimmick, but at the same time it can be really useful and sometimes when the camera is trying to focus, but you can literally just go, it's there, I want to go focus there. It is really useful for that. Other than that, it's really cool to use. I've tried to use some of my Sigma 18 to 35 and 50 to 100mm lenses on it. However, obviously they're built for crop bodies, so they're not really built for that. So you do get a really heavy vignetting, but if you do pull it in like quite far, you can kind of get rid of it, but it's still there sometimes. Other than that, the only downside I'm really having is the fact that with Silbersalz 500T, it's got a layer of remjet on it because obviously I believe it's Kodak Vision 500T, which is the actual, you know, film stuff. So I'm currently having to get it processed obviously at a lab elsewhere using because it's ECN2. However, I'm looking in the future to be able to do that myself, and to be honest, it doesn't look that bad of a process, so I'm really excited to give that a go. Okay, point and shoots. So, I like point and shoots. They are quite fun to use. They're quite handy to carry around. However, you don't always get the best picture quality with them. Obviously, unless you're spending a lot of money. So that's my only gripe with them, really. Currently, the main one that I've been using for quite a while was this Olympus Trip 301. It's got a little 34mm 5.6 lens in. It's just a bit cheap, that's all I'd say. But, you know, what do you expect? I mean, I bought this in like a big box of like cameras from a really strange shop quite a while back. And the guy was just like, yeah, you can have the whole box for like £20. If it works, it works. I mean, I had like Olympus Trip 35 in there, which I sold on, and some other cameras as well, I can't quite remember. And I think there was a few that had the... I can't remember the name of the film now. It was like
3 days later.
APS. So, I mean, some of them were just pointless, to be honest. I didn't really want to fiddle about with those. So I kept this one and I've used it a bit. So the film stock that I used in it was Kodak Ultramax 400. And now currently I've got some Kodak Portra 800 in it as well, just to see what I get out from just having a bit more play with the ISO, basically. So let's see what we get from it. Okay, so the first one that I picked up from a charity shop that I'm really excited to try out is this Vivitar PZ7000. It's a little zoom point and shoot, so it's got a 35 to 70mm f5.3. So I'm kind of interested to see what I get out of it. From what I'd seen, the photos look really sharp from it, but it's just a question of seeing what I get from it, really. I've got some Kodak Portra 800 in it as well, so we'll see how we go from there. The one that I'm really excited to try is this Yashica Zoom Tech. Usually they come with a series on them, but this one doesn't. Who knows why, but the main thing is I put a new battery in it. It's got one of these like really strange like double batteries, like a CR something. It's a bit weird, but the main thing is it turns on and it works. So I'm happy with that. So let's get some film in it. I'm really excited to try this out. I mean, it's got a 38 to 80mm zoom lens on it with, I think it's the max aperture is like 3.8, which in all fairness, in comparison to all the other zoom like point and shoots and all the other point and shoots that I do have, it's probably the one that's going to let in the most light. I just think it's really cool. It's really nice looking. It's a bit bigger than the rest of them, but I'm really excited to give it a go. I think it's just because obviously it's the Yashica, and I think, okay, let's see what we get from this. Okay, so on to some of the next ones that I've picked up. One of them being this Olympus Trip 500. It's got a 28mm lens in it. It's all nice and clean. The flash doesn't seem to work though, which is a bit off-putting. I think I did look up the aperture of the lens as well. It's something like 6, like f6, so I'm just a bit like, f6 doesn't really scream. But you know, I mean, see what we get, eh? But there's a bit of me that's a bit worried about putting any sort of film stock in it for the fact that I don't know how well it's going to work, and plus if the flash isn't working, I don't want to really waste the film at the same time. So see what happens. And yes, I have put brand new batteries in all of them and the correct batteries as well. So there is that. I have done that, I think. Okay, so on to the last of the point and shoots. It's this Olympus Trip XB41 AF. The one thing I will say that I do really like about this is, I mean, it's strange. It's got like a 27mm lens, but the viewfinder's massive. Like, look at the size of that. And just for a comparison, that's the Vivitar one. Like, why is it so big? I mean, I ain't complaining because it's a nice clear viewfinder. I've cleaned everything with this as well. I'm having the same issues where it's going, but I don't know if the flash works yet again. So I mean, I don't know if there's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's the fact that Neither of them have film in at the moment. That's the one thing I will say. It may change when I put film in, but you'd expect the flash to work with batteries in it. So I don't know what's going on there. However, I'm just gonna buy some Ilford HP5 for both of these and just put it in, just try it out, see what happens. If they don't work, I haven't really bought an expensive film stock, so you know, just see how it goes. If it works, it works. Okay, so the last one, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a novelty sort of thing as opposed to anything that I might actually use. It's this Voigtlander, I probably said that completely wrong, Vaskar, which has got a 75mm with a 4.5 aperture on it. The one thing I do like about it, it does have that nice top-down viewfinder, which, as you can see, does get a bit stuck sometimes. I cleaned it out fully as well, so it does look a lot better than it did, because I picked it up from a car boot for quite cheap. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know whether to give this a go or not. It's pretty cool and all, but it's just I just can't justify trying to use it. I don't know really what I'd get out of this that I wouldn't get out of any of the others, to be honest. I mean, the max shutter speed is 175th of a second, which isn't too bad, and I mean, I could put that at f8 and try and get as sharp a picture as I can, but at the same time, I guess because I'm not a big fan of the fact that this doesn't focus with the actual lens. Obviously, it's a twin lens reflex. But I just don't like the fact that I have to use just that to focus. But I can't tell if it's in focus because that is always in focus. Because it's literally, I mean, it may as well just be like a DSLR or an SLR even. So it's a bit more of a novelty. And it's quite funny sometimes when I put it down, it just pops open. I don't know if it'll do it now. No. There we go. But like I said, it's a bit more of a novelty piece. Also to mention, it's stuck sometimes. I think if I go to less than 10th of a second, it'll get stuck. Yeah, stuck. So I'm not really keen on it, if I'm honest. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll put some film in it. Nothing expensive, obviously. But yeah, it's cool though, isn't it? So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed it, you can like, comment, subscribe, and all those nice things if you want to, or you know, do whatever you want. Just be nice, I guess. You know, that's all I ask for. That's all anyone asks for. So yeah, just be nice. Happy days. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.